Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله السميع العليم نحمده ونشكره ونستعينه ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters in Islam, we welcome you again to this video. In this video, we want to quickly discuss some hidden benefits of fasting in Ramadan and beyond. We just quickly want to call our attention to certain things that we normally ignore, that we don't normally consider as being important. We have been saying it that fasting in Ramadan is full of so many benefits that it's not even possible for us to state all of them. We just pick and choose, and try to remind us of as many as we can possibly remember. Just 2 or 3 things that we are going to touch in this video today. One of them is the physical benefits of Ramadan. I know many scholars have been, telling us of certain benefits that Ramadan, can give, that we can derive from Ramadan, that can improve our health and social well-being. But only 2 things are going to be discussed here today. First of all is addictions. I want to remind us of a brilliant way with which Ramadan can help us in doing away with our addictions. Do you remember how much you've spent, to treat yourself of certain things you are addicted to? Let's just pick cigarette as an example. Many of us have been finding it very, very difficult to do away with smoking. We know the harms in smoking, how it destroys people's health, and even if you do not remember so many things that smoking does to the body, you will remember the lungs cancer. That is the most commonly mentioned aspect of the harms that smoking does to the body. Now, if you are not even concerned about your health, are you concerned about your pocket? Do you know, or can you remember how much you spend on cigarettes on a daily basis? Imagine spending such amount of money on other things in your household. In fact, some people can even do away with food in as much as they have enough cigarettes to smoke. In fact, I know so many people that smoke more than 20 cigarettes in an hour. Now, multiply how much you spend on a cigarette and multiply that by 20, and that also by about 12 or more hours a day. So this will give you a rough estimate of how much money you waste on cigarettes alone. We have only chosen cigarette as one example. There are so many things that people are addicted to. So I want to show to us how Ramadan can help us, to overcome all these addictions. You do not need to go to clinical psychologists or psychotherapists or mental health doctors or specialists. Many people have even undergone those treatments, and yet they have not been able to be healed of the problem. People have used different measures, to overcome these problems, from nicotine patch to electronic cigarettes to all sorts of things, to do away with smoking, but yet they still finding it very, very difficult to stop smoking. Now, let us now see the way by which, by simply following the laws of the Almighty Allah, you can do away with all these addictions. Now, let us look at fasting. We know that fasting, while we are fasting, we must not eat or drink, from dawn to sunset. That is, we abstain from eating, drinking, or taking anything into the system right from the dawn till the sunset. Now, if you are the type that can't do without smoking about 20 cigarettes in an hour, but while in Ramadan, if you are able to stay away from smoking from the dawn to the sunset, that's an average of about 12 hours. And you are able to do that for 30 good days. Can you imagine how easy it will be for you to stop smoking? This is just an example. Brothers and sisters in Islam, this is just one single example of what Ramadan can do of what fasting can do to your health. Do you consider that? That is why many people who smoke, many heavy smokers, they find it very difficult, to fast the whole of Ramadan. They always come up with one excuses or the other. They tell you, no, I'm having ulcer, or I'm having this, I'm having that, because they realize that, they just can't imagine, not smoking for a whole hour, not to talk of about 12 hours or more. So therefore, brothers and sisters in Islam, let us avail ourselves of this opportunity. We do not need to spend so much money or expend so much effort in finding one method of healing or the other, to stop all these addictions. Another good example of this is weight loss. How much do you pay to the gym subscription every month just to keep fit? Remember, you spend about, if you live in the United Kingdom, you spend an average of about £35 every month of gym subscription. Now, just imagine how much, what that one can do if you spend that £35 to foodstuffs for your family. Even if you have enough to spend on your family and for yourself, you are able to take care of yourselves. Just think about many young people or many children that are starving to death in many parts of the world, where you are spending this amount of money for the gym. So, whereas by fasting regularly, because apart from fasting in Ramadan for 30 days, it is recommended that we fast at least twice every week. Fasting on Mondays and Thursdays are recommended for Muslims. Fasting in the beginning and one in the middle and at the end of every lunar month is recommended for all Muslims. Fasting at certain intervals are also recommended for Muslims. Therefore, if you are able to do all this, it is more effective than spending colossal amount of money on gym membership. According to a research carried out recently, it is reported that the amount of food taken in, you know, working on the amount of, reducing the amount of food taken in is more effective in controlling your weight than the activities you do at the gym. Therefore, if you're able to reduce the amount of food you eat on daily basis, it will go a long way in making sure that you continue to keep fit. So instead of struggling very hard to control your weight, every day people see you running around on the street, jogging everywhere, just to make sure that you want to keep fit. Now, why don't you do what you can do to earn reward from the Almighty Allah, and at the same time to benefit your health being? This is fasting. There are a lot of things that we can gain from fasting to the Almighty Allah. But it seems that we overlook a lot of things. Just try it. Give it a trial. After Ramadan, after fasting for the whole of Ramadan, then ask scholars, your imam, or those who are close to you, what are other days that are recommended in Islam for Muslims to fast. Make sure that you stick to those days, fast during those days, and see what kind of improvement that you will see in your health. We have just used these two examples to elaborate the kind of benefits that we can derive from Ramadan. There are lots and lots more of benefits that you can derive from fasting. But the more you go deep in the worship of the Almighty Allah, the more benefit you derive from it. Now, brothers and sisters in Islam, instead of jogging about in the town, or instead of wasting a lot of energy in the gym, why can't you use that to increase the number of rakah of sunnah that you pray? Many of us, when we pray in the masjid, immediately we finish, the imam does the salam alaikum. Immediately we finish the fard salat, we rush out in a haste from the mosque. We do not consider the sunnah salat as important. Whereas, the more you observe the sunnah, the more reward you get from the Almighty Allah. And as you continue to do the nawafil, the sunnah, while you engage in the activity of salat, rising up, bowing down, making sujood, all those things, you are exerting some energy, and you get more reward from the Almighty Allah. Have you ever thought of making or praying for about 100 rakats in a day? This is more effective than running or cycling at the gym, and you still get reward for it. On this note, أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.